Yu-Gi-Oh is officially in trouble, and stop me if you've heard this before. If you're a Yu-Gi-Oh player in any way, shape, or form, you'll know that it's kind of a joke. Oh, dead game, game's gone the way of the dodo, right? We say this so many times throughout the game's history, and it really is one of those things that kind of makes me scratch my head. So, obviously, hopped onto my For You page on YouTube today, and saw that there's a, update on some OTS stores and Time Wizard. Now, if you remember, back in early June, we did have some Konami isms in regards to support for Time Wizard format. Very specifically, this was about the whole focus, if you're not up to speed on what, why this is an issue. So the game obviously has eras, right? And throughout the game, they have erratas. A card will function inherently differently than it used to. If you want a very good example, look at old Future Fusion and what Future Fusion's current text says. They do completely different things. So Konami decided, hey, we're going to, for all these legacy tournaments, right? We're going to make it so that it is, we're going to require you to use the most current errata. There are certain cards in the game, Makira the Destructor, and many others as well, that without the erratas, they're kind of bonkers, right? Reasonably so. But the whole point of legacy formats was, for players who don't want to play the modern game, whether you have disagreements with the Fiendsmith engine, whether you have disagreements with balancing, whether you have disagreements with Molcharmy, whatever, right? You have a place, a sanctioned place, to be able to play retro formats and the card pools they did back then. Now, obviously, things like GOAT format we've talked about have kind of a controversial nature because Solemn, Judgment, it's in the card pool, but we use it differently today than we did back then, even though it does the exact same thing. So there are little isms that arise every now and again, but this is important ground to understand why I feel like Konami is just Games Workshop 2.0, in my personal opinion. And I'm critical of this because I still like Yu-Gi-Oh! I've been watching Anime Vault. Not that I'm sponsored or affiliated with them, obviously, but I mean, I've literally been watching a live stream of just Yu-Gi-Oh! They ended up walking this back. Very unpopular decision. Team Samurai X1 did make a video on it. Did make a video in regards to Konami just, lost like 50% of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Player base. People want retro formats, okay? People don't want to deal with a lot of the stuff, okay? Like, players, this game's been going on for, 25-ish years, right? Okay, I've been in and out of the game. Many people have been in and out of the game. And we're critical because we love the game. So this leads into the events today, where allegedly, this is from E3 Yu-Gi-Oh! I personally cannot verify how, authentic this is. I can't verify. You take this with a grain of salt. But this, in my opinion, will make sense in regards to Konami's push for Time Wizard format. So last night, Konami sent docs to Tier 2 local stores saying that to phase out Time Wizard or risk losing their OTS status, OTS being official tournament store status, right? Like sanctioned, right? Like, how you play Magic the Gathering or play competitive games and you earn points because you're at a sanctioned location? It's this thing. The first store to make announcements trying to adhere to this change is receiving a lot of backlash online. Konami is functionally forcing stores to pick between their grassroots communities that have these at local stores over the last 4 years of the Edison boom or their OTS status. This is going to hurt local businesses across the nation, and they don't care. So going into this a little bit, LGS is a local shop. I have my second job. I updated doc ops to the docs mentioned time travel and not Time Wizard now as well. Operation documents available to the public to confirm this is heavily implied anyway from the NATS FAQ, but it would still be good to have in writing. Not only the tier 2 plus stores have access to it from their OTS login. Check for my locals then. Since they're changing the tournament software in other ways, they're having events be handled. Yes, there was actually a change as well. Your Konami card, your V card, as a lot of people call it. I got my Kasi ID. They're phasing that out. I guess Europe, allegedly, someone in Europe is going to have to confirm with their OTS. I guess they've been using Neuron. It's shifting the US to full Neuron. I guess Europe's been on that for a hot minute. To which we have Epic Cards and Games. I'm assuming this is the OTS that is mentioned. Hello, Duelist. YGO tournament format update. According to Konami's official operations document for Tier 2 events, Time Wizard format is no longer recognized as an official tournament format as of July 10th. It has been replaced by the new Time Travel format for Tier 2 plus events. As a result, we're updating our weekly tournament schedule effective Wednesday, July 16th as follows. Tournament policy points will now be awarded for advanced format and time travel events. New weekly schedule, Wednesday, 7 p.m. advanced format and time travel. This is all just scheduling, but it looks like they still do have things like Go will see when during the transition. So here's where a little bit of a parallel comes to mind. So Wizards of the Coast, Magic the Gathering, has a format called Commander. And because Commander is a thing, Standard, Modern, all other formats have been affected by Commander. Whether Wizards of the Coast wants Commander or not, people want Commander. Whatever your opinion is on it, personally, I dislike Commander, right? I'd rather structured rather than singleton formats. But, it's there. It's popular. It's what people want. And I feel that Yu-Gi-Oh! Is running into this issue where they're trying to push a lot of new things, right? Like they're trying to, they've pushed Fiendsmith. Fiendsmith actually spooked off a lot of people. I got my engravers for, I think, 120 or 130 a piece. I spent like 300 easy on my playset back when they launched. But I also play Yubel. I habitually play Fiends, Evil Hero, Yubel, etc. So looking at this is actually very reminiscent of what Magic deals with in regards to Commander. They have their new Magic is the new Final Fantasy set as of recording this video, but the issue that they're running into, right, is that people don't want the current product. The current product, whether Yu-Gi-Oh! Has a complexity problem, it has a new player problem. Not that new players are bad, the game desperately needs new players, but the game is unapproachable to a lot of people, to many people. So the thing to consider with this is Konami feels that their bottom line, in my opinion, is being threatened. It is being threatened by GOAT format, Edison format, any of these legacy formats. Thus why we're starting to see things in regards to current game mechanics and current card text will be used for Time Wizard formats. It's inherently overriding the format. To which, obviously, like Goyo Guardian. These are excellent examples of erratas. Future Fusion has an errata. Goyo Guardian has an errata. Brain Control, pretty sure has an errata. Sangan, very, very famous errata, right? I don't know enough about them. It's been a while since I've honestly looked at a bunch of the erratas. But point being, it changes the format at its core. Whether you're a new player, whether you're an existing player, whether you're a veteran player who has multiple WCQs under their belt, we can all come together and look at this and say Konami is threatening the legacy formats. And I think it's a reasonable stretch to say that they feel their bottom line is being threatened if they cannot push new product, right? Because they are a trading card game, right? They are a physical product game. They have to worry about R&D, research and development. They have to worry about printing and shipping costs. They have to worry about scalpers right now, honestly. Yu-Gi-Oh, however, does have a really interesting bulk problem where people are chasing, 10,000 Dragon, people are chasing Dragon Master Magia, and thus you have a lot of bulk, thus you can pick up 4x like Mind Control for pennies, right? And I like that. I like that if you're not playing current cutting edge, the game is actually really affordable in a lot of ways. But Konami is not only invocative right now of Magic the Gathering's Commander problem, it's also invocative of Games Workshop as well, where many people will tell you it's very popular. Warhammer hates their community, right? The Games Workshop hates their fan base. The stuff that they do, it is wild to watch Games Workshop do what they do. And at least that's the joke, right? Games Workshop hates their fan base. Whether they do or not, obviously, that's supposed to be satire, it's supposed to be a meme. A lot of people say, nah, this is true, and they'll insert reason here. So the more you squeeze somebody, the more you squeeze something, right? The more you put restrictions on it, the less approachable you make something, right? So if you're like, wow, I was playing Frognarks back in 2004 and there's a format for Frognarks, heck yeah, I'll go in. And then you go in and it's like, well, that card says this, right? And it's like, well, technically Konami did this. You're making the game less approachable. You're taking consumers, gamers, players' choice away from them. And it was interesting because seeing Konami push and then back off, and now effectively, I feel doubling down, effectively threatening LGS stores, right? To take away their OTS status, like actual tournament support. That is their designation as an officially sanctioned store, I think is a very aggressive move, especially considering that Yu-Gi-Oh! For all intents and purposes feels like it's on the downward decline. Now, you'll have people like me. I still play Legend of the Five Rings. I still play Naruto. I still upkeep decks for both, right? No one else plays them that I know, but I still have stuff for them, right? I will play a game even if it's gone, right? And I think a lot of us feel strongly about Yu-Gi-Oh! It's why we report on this. It's why we take a look at things like this and go, hey, this isn't necessarily right. And I think we have a lot of validity in being concerned. Hopefully, Konami finds some sort of business plan, some sort of structure. Hopefully, they have something already in the works because a lot of people aren't super happy with the Moltres. A lot of people aren't happy with Fiendsmith. I personally think Requiem needs to be banned. Requiem should not exist in the game. I think Link ones are egregious personally. But Lingering effects as well, another big one. So a lot of people are dissatisfied with the current direction of Yu-Gi-Oh! And Konami is tightening their grip on anything else that isn't the product that they want to push. But that is also inherently a danger of owning your product. You can buy a card and own it. Thus why we see the video games industry going more digital keycard status. But let me know your thoughts. Let me know if you're also passionate about Yu-Gi-Oh! And if you feel this honestly affects you. Let me know if you think that this is going to be something Konami is going to, with enough backlash, if they're going to renege on. Do you think they're going to renege on this like their legacy format thing, only to double down again? Do you think that this is going to be... Do you think that this is different than prior quote-unquote deaths of the game? I mean, being, in the game, Teledad format, which I thankfully missed, Miss Dragon Ruler format, Tier Limit... A game has been quote-unquote dying for decades, right? Plural. But, let me know if you think this feels different. Let me know if you think that this is, in fact, Konami pushing players too far and trying to sanction them and trying to encroach on them a little too much. As always, please be civil in the comment section down below. Thank you, everyone, for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.